Hi Tim, it's lovely to meet you here at the EthSafari. How's your experience been so far?
It's amazing, like a lot of like young builders and a lot of people which are really open-hearted and they want to solve real problems.
Yes.
And it's amazing to meet talent here and to see those future leaders.
Yeah. So it's great to see like you've flown all the way to Nairobi in Kenya for the EthSafari.
Yes. Yes.
That's great.
I think it's important because when we are in Europe, there is just certain ways, culture, ways of thinking, ways of being, and people don't really have existential risks or existential needs.
Yes.
Right? We all have existential risks, but we don't like there in Germany. People are not really hungry for change.
Yes.
Right here, there's more hunger to actually find economic opportunity and participation. And I'm a big believer in providing tools to give more democratic access to the digital economy.
Amazing. So, interestingly, the reason I'm here as well is, very similar to that because I believe, I've been going to so many events and been part of this community for many years, but most of that has been focused in Europe or in Dubai where I'm based, or in Asia, we're going to Singapore next week.
Yeah.
But why don't we start with you telling about yourself? Please give us a bit of an introduction.
Sure.
Who you are and what's your journey been and what you're doing here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me try to keep it short. And my background is in network engineering. I started my career in 2010. I worked for a world-leading IT security company through a talent program in 2014 to 2017. And then I started my own company, started to consult with blockchain businesses because I understood that the transaction security we are getting from blockchains is something which can change the way how we do business, how we organize organizations and institutions. For me, that was like the hope, okay, what can I do to help society? Like 2018, I started on a tour of Blockchain for Society, was traveling through different cities in Central Europe to introduce like Bitcoin and Ethereum, what you can do with it.
Amazing.
And that was really like inspired by, okay, what does digital identity mean? What does digital freedom mean? What does digital empowerment mean? And then there was a period of disappointment, let's say this way. I participated in different projects, and in 2020, I had the feeling that a lot of money which came in actually drove people away from the initial motivations of like building more open infrastructure for economic participation. But there was a new decentralized finance forming, which was not that well, regulated. And it opened up a new flow of money through the world, I would say, and new communities, which is exciting. But at the same time, the focus got lost a little bit from the original vision, which brought me into the space of Ethereum.
Amazing. I mean, I can relate to a lot of those things. I kind of got into the crypto space end of 17 and 18 as well. So, it's been an interesting journey since then. But tell us, as part of the hackathon, what have you been building?
Yes.
And what is the product that you've been focusing on?
Yes, so one problem we have with adoption is that there's a strong motivation for those who hold coins to get other people on board to increase the value of the coins. But for those who don't have coins, it's really difficult to get into the system, right? So a lot of things which we do in the blockchain space require paying gas fees. And a lot of the security which we get from it, we could get also without using the blockchain itself.
Right.
So what we are building is off-chain data verification tooling, which allows you to do signing of documents, for example, which are staying private, which is another downside of the blockchain. If you send data to the blockchain, you make it potentially accessible. Even if it's encrypted, it will be decrypted in the future. And when we have very sensitive data, it is really important that this data is not shared, not even in encrypted form, that it stays as local as possible so that we can ensure that the things stay private, right, and confidential.
Definitely. I think that's one of the use cases that's been very important when it comes to decentralization and the application for a lot of the users. So what stage is this project at, and
Yes.
what is exactly that you built so far?
We started 2021. We have a fully working prototype of all essential components. which means we have a protocol draft, we have a container where you can store your data in, which can run on your computer, and you can disconnect from the internet, still have access to your data, still be able to verify your data, still be able to export it to your thumb drive, like USB drive, give it to somebody else. They can import that data and can, for example, sign a contract, right? Okay. So this is all there. What we are doing here is to try to make it more accessible by writing a Rust implementation of the container, which will make it also more secure. So the next stage for our project is to find partners for the enterprise investment, which we need to go into the enterprise space to provide those secure containers for document management, and we call it data accounting.
I think I'd have to probably go through the white paper to properly understand it. So, but it sounds quite interesting, all of it. So, who would be your main users for something like this?
Anybody who does not want his data to be published or public, and still want the data to be trustworthy, cryptographically secured.
Okay.
Like one use case I think you might be able to relate to is if you have a big investment deal or an acquisition between two companies, and you want to do all the contracting work, but you want that to be revision controlled and cryptographically secured, and secured in a way that you can also prove that the documents have existed. And this is what we can provide. This is what our prototype can provide. Why you stay confident in full confidentiality, right?
That's amazing. And how far are you in releasing these?
It's all open source. You can just take it and do whatever you want with it.
But what about your product? Like
the product, we are in prototype stage and we are looking for funding to go to the next stage.
Okay.
Right. So the next phase will be to get funding and to grow the team. And to rebuild what we need to rebuild to provide a product which is ready to go. But like I said, we have concluded the technical challenges, we have proven it works, we have a prototype which is feature complete nearly for you could test it today, I can show you later.
That's pretty good progress.
Yes, we've done the work. Let's say it this way.
Yeah. So for people who want to know more about your project, the users or any future investors,
yes.
What is the best way to connect? What are your socials? What is the website that you could share with them?
There's a website called aqua-protocol.org, which is like
AQUA.
Yes, which contains like the open source documentation. It's a little bit outdated right now. We do need to do a better job. But if you search for my name, it's Tim Bansemer. You will find like my Twitter, you will find my LinkedIn.
How do you spell it?
It's like
Tim. I mean, we know how to spell Tim.
Yeah, but it's like how do you say it? The NATO alphabet, right? Like Bravo, Alpha, North Pole, Sierra, Echo, Mike, Echo, Romeo.
Okay, figure that out. And the website? Is it a website? You said the website is Aqua.
Yes. -protocol.org.
Okay, so that'll be the easiest way to find you.
Yes, but we are heavily a technical project, so like my recommendation is get a technical person, let it try out what we do to verify our claims.
I figured that out.
And this is where we are at, and we need to do a way better job in opening it up to reach more people, and that's why we are here as well, like to see what are the real-world use cases. We have a long list of real-world use cases. I had a lot of conversations here where people are actually hungry for setting up secure workflows, which would be enabled by this, and also that you can own your data and that you have access policies how the data is used. So in the German market, we have already some form of product market fit. In the German market, we are currently working with the public sector for providing compliant data exchange. So there is the European regulation, which is called Data Governance Act and Data Act. And there's a big project which is called Gaia X. And this is like a compliance framework, how to exchange data compliantly. And we can fulfill a lot of those requirements very easily. We actually have shown that we can fulfill technically all policy classes which exist. So this means that we can easily provide a product which enables compliant data exchange cheaply and fast.
Amazing. I think there's a lot of stuff to learn there. And definitely, I would be more than happy to dig in. Please share your white papers and your pitches, whatever you have. and then we can see how we can collaborate in the future. Also connect with the Cryptohub and our communities
Absolutely.
back in Dubai and other places.
Yes, I want to come to Dubai anyway, right?
Yes, you have to come to Dubai.
My plan is to come there in the first quarter of next year latest.
Yes.
So yeah, like I'm very happy.
I mean, you're almost halfway there,
Yes.
all the way from Germany to Nairobi, and Dubai could be your next stop.
Oh, that's true. Very well. You're right. Yes.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure
I
meeting
look forward
you.
to working with you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.